Hello everybody, it's SM FOOTY Cards here and welcome back to another video. The Premier League, the English Premier League is starting tomorrow, Saturday the 13th of August. And for that matter, we'll be predicting the Premier League table from 20th to 1st. So let's get on. I hope you guys like my new setup there. And sorry for not uploading in the last few weeks, that's because there weren't actually many videos I can upload. No more collections coming out, nothing. So let's get on with this video. The three teams that I predict to finish bottom of the league to get relegated are Burnley to finish bottom. Here we have Shackle representing them. Yes, and they haven't made many signings this summer, so that's why I predict them to be bottom of the league of the 2016-17 season. Yes, and the 19th place, I think, are gonna be Hull City. Hull City have lost their manager Steve Bruce and haven't made any signings at all, really. So that's why they're gonna be definitely getting relegated this season. Yeah. So that's why they're finishing 19th. And in 18th spot, it's gonna be Sunderland. Sunderland, I predict with David Moyes and Big Sam leaving. Big Sam was one of the best managers for them, making them stay in the Premier League. But David Moyes, I don't think he's really the man for the job. So that's why I think they're gonna get relegated. But just about. With the next team here, which are AFC Bournemouth. They have lost Matt Ritchie to Newcastle United, but they've still got a decent team with Eddie Howe, the brilliant manager. So that's why I think they're going to be staying up. Next team, we're going to be West Bromwich Albion with Saido Berahino representing them. Tony Pulis is a okay manager, but they're not going to have a fantastic season, but I think they're good enough to stay up in the Premier League. But maybe if Berahino leaves, there could be more stuff to talk about. So, the next team is gonna be Watford. We're gonna be finishing 15th after a good season last year with the Quique Sanchez-Flores and Igalo performing very well. Yeah, but the problem with them that Quique Sanchez-Flores has left them, but their squad is good enough to stay in the Premier League with Igalo, Undini, and Watson, so that's why they're gonna stay. The next team is gonna be Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough here, they're gonna be finishing 14th in the league. They're gonna have a good season because they did buy lots of good players like Negredo, Bradley Guzan, Valdez. They will be having a very decent team, so that's why I predict them to finish 14th. Next team we do have is Swansea City, who lost Andre Ayew to West Ham United actually, and Gomi left as well. They could have a very bad season, but I think they're good enough to finish 13th in the league, better the teams below them. So that's why they're going to finish 13th. Next team we have here is Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have made very good signings this season, including Steve Mandanda. And maybe they'll be getting Christian Benteke from Liverpool. Yeah, and Christian Benteke would be the perfect man for them. The target man at the top. Yeah, there with the headers and all the good stuff, because Benteke on his day he can be a very good striker, but I think Jurgen Klopp doesn't want him to be at Liverpool anymore, so that's why. Yeah, next team is gonna be Stoke City. Stoke City have a very decent team with Shaqiri Arnautovic, and now they bought in an Egyptian player. I think he's called Ramadan Sobhi. Yeah, he's an Egyptian player. I think he's highly rated in Egypt there. So that's why they're gonna have the finish 11 this season, I think, because they have a very good squad there. And Shaqiri, of course, scoring a very nice goal against Poland in the Euro 2016. He's gonna have a good season. So 10th, we're gonna have Southampton. Although Southampton have been feeding Liverpool almost all their players, they fed them Mane, Lallana, Ricky Lambert, Nathaniel Klein, lots of players, and Sadio Mane, of course. I think he's very highly rated, but he did score a hat-trick against Man City last season, but they've still got Tadic, Charlie Austin, and Shane Long, so they're gonna be finishing 10th this season. And the next team is gonna be actually Everton. Everton have got a new sponsorship, I think, so that's why they're gonna have more money. They did sell John Stones to City, though, yeah, and they thankfully kept hold of Romelu Lukaku, of course, their top striker. Chelsea were willing to spend 60 million on him, but I think he's gonna stay in Everton, and they may actually sign Yannick Bolasie as well from Crystal Palace. At this moment, he still didn't sign, but I think he's gonna sign for Everton. Next team, we're gonna finish 8th, I think, are gonna be West Ham United. Moving into their new stadium, the Olympic Stadium is actually a very nice stadium. They're gonna be moving there. Yeah, and they did buy Andre Ayew from Swansea, and they the Turkishman on loan, and they Dimitri Payet, of course, performing very well for France in the Euros, so that's why they're gonna finish 8th this season. The next shock is gonna be Leicester City, the champions of England last year. I predict them to finish 7th in the league because they did leave N'Golo Kante, who went to Chelsea for £30 million. Yeah, but that's a very big loss for them because he's one of the players that made them win the league last season. With Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez alone, they could do better, but I predict them to finish 7th. Next team or be finishing 6th is actually Spurs. Spurs have been represented by Harry Kane here. Yes, I think their squad is young enough, and they did buy Wanyama from Southampton and a new striker to take the pressure off of Harry Kane. They could do well, but I predict them to finish 6th in the league but they're gonna have good season because they have Champions League football, and their squad is not so in depth. So maybe they're gonna have lots of games and players are gonna get tired. So that's why I think they're gonna finish 6th in the league. Next team are gonna be actually Liverpool. Liverpool, I think, are gonna have a fantastic season with Jurgen Klopp. He had a half season last year, but this is gonna be his first full season at Liverpool. He's gonna put his touch on the team, and he's gonna make them better. Yeah, with Daniel Sturridge, if they manage to keep Daniel Sturridge fit for the season, they're gonna be very good. Okay, especially because they don't have now European football. They don't have anything, so they're concentrating on the league and the FA Cup and the Capital One Cup. So they're gonna be much better. Next team is gonna be, of course, you guessed it, finishing 4th. Of course, gonna be Arsenal FC. I predict them to finish 4th because the Arsene Wenger, for some reason, I don't know why, doesn't like to spend money. Although he bought Granit Xhaka from Mönchengladbach, but I think that's not enough. They may sign Mahrez or Icardi, but that's not gonna be enough for the competition over there from Chelsea, Man U, and City, of course. So that's where they're gonna finish 4th. Next team to finish 3rd in the Premier League are gonna be Chelsea. Chelsea, I think they're gonna finish 3rd in the league with Antonio Conte. He's a very good manager, led Italy in the Euro 2016, beating Spain, of course, in their under 16, then getting out from Germany in the quarterfinals. But I think they're gonna be finishing 3rd, of course, much better than their last season. They finished 10th, which is not acceptable for Chelsea fans. And I think they're gonna have a good season. Okay, So they're gonna finish third. Finishing second and first are the two Manchester teams. But who's gonna win the 2016-17 seasons league? I think they're gonna be, of course, they're gonna be Manchester City. I think they're gonna be winning the 2016-17 season with Pep Guardiola making some fantastic transfers this season. Gundogan for 20 million, Nolito for 13 million, and of course John Stones for 50, Leroy Sané for 40. They're gonna have a fantastic season, and hopefully we will win the league. Come on, City. Yeah. And finishing second, of course, they're gonna be United, represented by De Gea. Yeah, they did buy an amazing. They have an amazing team right now. Mourinho's spending lots of money, 100 million on Paul Pogba, and signing Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's in the magazine there. This guy in the magazine, and Paul Pogba, of course, right there. Yeah, they're gonna finish second, of course, because they have a really good team, and especially because they don't have European football. They have only Europa League, so that's why they're gonna finish second. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and next year, hopefully, when the league is ended, we'll be reviewing this video again to see how many teams did I get right and how many teams did I get wrong. So, guys, by the way, I did buy lots of magazines here when I went on holiday. So, if you guys would like to make me review these magazines, if you'd like to see the review of the magazines, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, of course, for more. Comment down below if you want me to review the magazines and if you enjoyed the video, and if you disagree with me on any predictions that I've done. So, goodbye.